Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Might Insights Book Overview and Review. This month, I have chosen a book which is a masterpiece and a guide to innovation. The book that I'm talking about is Change by Design, authored by Tim Brown. Let's talk about the author of this book. Tim Brown is the CEO and president of IDEO. IDEO is one of the most innovative companies in the world. What they do is they redesign products, processes, and services of many organizations using a tool or a process for innovation. And this process is nothing but design thinking. Tim also advises senior executives and board members of many Fortune 100 companies and leads strategic client relationships with corporations like Microsoft, PepsiCo, and even Procter& and Gamble. Let's talk about the overview of this book, Change by Design. The book is divided into two parts. Part one talks about design thinking, on the what of design thinking, and how design thinking helps in transforming organizations and in building an innovative culture within the organization. This part also gives you the importance of recognizing the potential of design thinking, especially by leaders, managers, and stakeholders in the organization. Well, part two is about success stories around the world. From Aravind Eye Hospital in India on how they created the low-cost intraocular lens to Shimano, a leading Japanese bicycle component manufacturer who recreated the bicycle riding experience for adults. The book also links design thinking to human lives on how we need to listen, observe, learn from users, ideate, build prototypes, and take decisions. Let's talk about some of the learnings I got from this book. This is more with respect to differentiating some of the terms and its application, which helps in innovation. Why we should move towards human-centric innovation from technocentric approach to find problems and solutions for our customers. Human-centric design is when we start designing based on pain points, happy moments, and needs of users instead of possibilities of technology. This is possible only when our thinking is more divergent. Usually we think to solve problems, find root causes by doing a root cause analysis and then come up with available solutions and decide on the best solutions. This is more of a convergent thinking. Divergent thinking is all about finding more problems. It opens up more avenues to find problems by observing, listening, and empathizing with users of the product, processes, and services. It also talks about the acceptance of constraints, constraints such as desirability, what people like, and what makes sense for them. Feasibility is what is possible with respect to engineering and technology, and viability is whether the innovation is sustainable in an economic sense or economic business model. A design thinker would balance all these constraints while others would tackle each of these constraints separately. Finally, it is design thinking versus group thinking. Design thinking is generally done in groups, but there's a difference between design thinking and group thinking. I am sure that I have confused you, but that's the truth. Group thinking might suppress creativity, whereas design thinking liberates creativity. Probably you should grab a book and read to find out what is this difference all about. Well, design thinking is the main ingredient of this book. The five constructs of design thinking should be the process followed while innovating or redesigning a product or a process or a service. Observation is watching users what they don't do and listening to what they don't say. The mission of design thinking is to translate what we observe and listen into insights and insights into innovative products or features of products which would help human lives. Finally, the most important aspect, the review. This book would help in changing behaviors of designers within organizations to observe, watch, listen, and to empathize to redesign processes, products, and services. So when I say designers, do not think about only of people who are recruited for designing web pages or products. We all design or redesign something while at work. It gives us an attitude to experiment and build prototypes and continuously validate it with users and stakeholders. A must read for leaders and managers of organizations to have a top down approach on design thinking, along with students and teachers to understand the critical skills like creativity and design thinking required in the industries which can be taught in academics. The three words I describe the book to be are inspiring, involved, and influential. Thank you. See you again with another book in the next episode.